first things that I learned in Preaching 101, let me ask you a question. Would you like to learn one of the things that I learned at the beginning of Preaching 101? The priest professor, said, "Gentlemen, never forget that the first person you preach to, each and every time you get up to preach, is yourself." That's major, isn't it? So, for the last year and a half, a little bit longer than that, you've heard me preach, and usually the message is pretty direct and kind of gives you an idea now, I've let the cat out of the bag, where I am any given week. Well, this week, as I have pondered the words of Matthew, and pondered the words of Jesus, I've come to the conclusion that in my own life, I let anger take hold of me from time to time. And you know something? I'm ashamed of myself. But as I encounter other people, I've also learned something else. I'm not alone. Oh, why are you laughing? Anger. Jesus says, "Do not be angry with your brother, for if you are, you will be liable to judgment." As I've thought about anger this past week, as I thought about what it means to be angry, I realized that those times in my life that I've been most lowest, when I've been angry. And in my prayer, I've come to the realization that when I'm angry, I use every iota of energy and I throw it into that anger. And it's so difficult to get yourself out. You get to that point where you realize that the anger is controlling you. If you're anything like me, when you finally get that slap upside the head, if you will, that wake-up call of sorts, you realize that you are not someone people want to be around. Just speaking from my own experience. Anger. It's a real thing, isn't it? I'm angry as I look outside and watch those snowflakes fall. I'm just kidding. But anger is such a real emotion. When we allow that anger to take hold of us, we can accomplish nothing that resembles anything that even remotely resembles discipleship. And so tonight, as disciples, we gather here from all walks of life. We gather with different story and different amounts of baggage. Some of that baggage might actually be anger. We put it by the feet of the Lord tonight. And he writes us a prescription to heal us. And that's that of his Son, Jesus, who nourishes us in the Eucharist. For remember, whoever is angry against his brother is liable to judgment. I don't want to be liable to that sort of judgment. My guess is that you hold the same thought, the same feeling in your own life. May this great gift of the Eucharist release us from the bondage of anger so that we can live